Dear students, in this small video, we'll see how to develop a simple database project using NetBeans. We are going to use Swing components of Java, and the backend is MySQL. In order to develop this database project, we need to check out these many things. One, the version of Java. You can have any version. I'm going to use Java 14.0.1 to test whether Java is installed or not. The first thing is open command prompt, type Java space hyphen version. Press enter key. If Java is installed properly, it shows all the related information, the virtual machine version, the build number, Java version, all these details will be displayed. Then you can close this command prompt. If it shows that Java is not found, then you have to download and install. And for installing NetBeans, the first thing is the system should have Java. If Java is there, then only NetBeans can be installed. To install, the first thing as usual, download it. I prefer Apache NetBeans IDE 12.0. Then for back end, we are going to use MySQL. Better to use workbench 8.0, which is a good one to develop, to create table, to create database, to query the database, to verify the result, which is a good one where we got a graphical user interface kind of thing. Instead of sticking to console based, it's better to shift from console to GUI based. That is workbench. These are the prerequisites required to start any database project in Java. Why I prefer NetBeans? Because we can also develop using Eclipse, but only thing is that it is taking time killing process. Lot of code you have to type. But in case of NetBeans, the same work can be done in a shorter amount of time where the user involvement, user share is only just 20%. The business logic only they have to type. The GUI design is easier one, only that drag and drop kind of thing. That GUI is not there in case of Eclipse. So we prefer NetBeans for GUI based application development. Start the NetBeans if installed properly, takes time. If installed properly, start the NetBeans. These are the different menus like in any of the GUI based applications. See these kind of menus you can see same thing here also. Then before using NetBeans, we'll see how to create database, how to use a database, how to create a table. If workbench is installed properly, start the workbench with the valid username and password, which is very much important. You should know, you should remember your username and password. So it is better to note down username, password somewhere once the installation is completed. So at the time of installation of MySQL, no, it's asking you to provide the password. Username is root. The password that you have to choose and you have to remember, because that password we are going to use it in our code. Then in that workbench, we have got SQL editor. It's a blank editor where we can type SQL commands. Okay. So for that, go to query, or you can see the SQL command editor. By default, it is opening. Now, for my project, I'm going to use I'm going to create a project called my project. You know how to create a project. Create database my project. This is the name chosen by me. Create database my project and semicolon. Now I'm going to execute this one. That can be done by choosing this icon, that is run the particular query. You select that particular line or any number of lines, then click over this icon. Here I'm having only one line. I'm going to select this one by using cursor, select that line, click over this. If it is error free line, it creates a database. Then after creating the database, you can see that under a schema view, to the left of that you can see two windows. There are two tabs. You choose schemas tab. Schemas for uh, that is a window shows all the databases, all the schemes. Here, as you can't see any database created, but I can't see. For that, right click over here, refresh all. Then it shows all the databases. This one as well as the existing one. We have created a database, but we are going to use it. We are going to add tables, one or any number of tables into this. For that, you have to make that particular database active. For that, the command is use. The syntax is use database name. The database which I am going to activate, which I am going to use it, my project. Use my project. Again, choose that line, click over this icon to run. So my project will become active now. Whatever the command which I am going to use, like create table, accessing the table, performing insertion, deletion, updation operation. Now, this with respect to this project. So I told to see that just right click over here, refresh all. As you can see, newly created project is also displayed here. So each schema has got these many things. One, the table. Those are put into this views. We see that views, stored procedure and functions. Okay? These are the things what you can see in that database view. Then for the development purpose, we are going to use one table called student table. So I already created a database. We have made that particular database as the active one where whatever the command we type it will go to which is with respect to this database. You know how to create a database. Okay, table. Create table student parenthesis open. First field is USN which is of type varchar, size 10 and should not take any null value. The second field is name field varchar, size 25, again it is not null. I am going to define USN as primary key. Select these many number of lines and click over that run icon. If it is error free, then shows one line that successfully table created. We don't need any more workbench. You can minimize it because we are going to insert our data through our program. We are going to query the database from the program only. We are going to perform updation, deletion, and all through programs. We are not going to do anything with workbench. Workbench just to confirm whether the newly added data appears in the table or any modification deletion happened or not. For that purpose only, workbench is used. It is good idea to put all our data in a particular folder. Otherwise, you store your files like somewhere in the drive, no, very difficult to search in the later time. So here I created my project, which is a folder name under iDrive. Okay. The next step, I'm going to create project. Inside the project, I'm going to add to my number of files. We'll see all these things one by one. I have to start NetBeans to go to this file menu. Then I have to choose new project. Once that is selected, new project window will appear. These are the different types of categories available. We can develop a project on Maven, Gradle, Ant, like that. I'm going to choose Java with Ant. This is ordinary project. Here Java projects are called Java application. I'm going to choose it, Java application. Click over next. After selecting Java application, I have to choose, I have to click over button next. Then very much important thing is to give a suitable name for the project. As this is a very simple project, student management system, my project name is SMS. Here by default the name appears. Better you remove that name and type a suitable, attractive, catching name, SMS. Then I have to store this project, I have to save this project in that newly created folder. For that, click over Browse. Choose the folder where you decided to put all your files. Okay, and the entry point, the main class is by default it will be selected. It is sms.sms. Then click over Finish button. When you click over it, one default auto-generated code appears, which has got all the information. The author name, the class name, main class name. It has got a method called main, which is an entry point for your project. These are the things for the time being. In the next video, we'll see how to add simple or very few graphical items one by one and how to add code for that. Okay, wait for the next video. Thank you.